Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Colleen Suchecki here with Believe, Grow, Shine. And I am an intuitive healer and a speaker, and I help people release past trauma, past experiences that are holding them back from showing up as their authentic self, from living their purpose and discovering their gifts. And today we're going to be talking about awakening to your authentic self, creating lasting, real friendships. So if you are coming on or if you're watching the replay, I invite you to say hello so I know you're here. And I also invite you, if you feel inspired, to share this, because I know that there are lots of people out there that are feeling very, very lonely. Hi, Georgiana. So I'm going to share this real quick and we're going to get started. Hi. Okay, so this is a topic that I've talked to a lot of women in their 30s, women in their 40s, women in their 50s, even beyond, that feel incredibly lonely inside. On the outside, maybe it looks like they have it all together and they have a great social life, but inside they feel incredibly lonely. And because I know, because I talk to these women on a regular basis, they do not feel like they have true lasting friendships. So this is, I feel like it's a really hot topic. It's something that of course is near and dear to my heart, which is why I'm talking about it myself, because I had felt like I had really had challenges and struggles with female friendships pretty much most of my life. It always seemed for me to be easier to be friends with guys. Okay, if you've ever experienced that, if that resonates with you, definitely let me know. You can put a 1 in there, or a heart, or a heart, or a like, or whatever it is. But if you've ever felt like it's easier to be friends with guys, most of my college, the majority of my friends were all guy friends. And that was great then, but now at this stage in my life, in this season in my life, it's just really not something that happens. It just doesn't feel resonant to have just a ton of guy friends. So what I want to share with you is the ways in which this can show up. And again, if you've ever felt lonely, again, I always love for this to be interactive, because if it were my preference, I'd be in a room full of people having this conversation. But if you feel resonant, if anything resonates with you that I share, let me know, because it's always great to hear what feedback from people. So if you've ever felt lonely, if you've ever been in a crowd of people, like a group of friends, and you feel totally invisible, you feel like even if you try to say something, it's almost like it feels like you're ignored or dismissed, or you just feel invisible. If you've ever felt like you don't really know, you question, do I really have any true friends, real friends, I could be 100% myself with, I don't have to hold back, I don't have to, kind of appease them. And if you've ever felt like you've tried really hard, really fucking hard for friends, if you've ever felt like if there would be a grade, you'd have A+++++++, because you've tried so hard to make friends. If you've ever felt that way, let me know. If you've ever shown up in a way in which you think you're supposed to show up. So if you've ever been the chameleon, okay, you show up one way with one group of friends, and then you show up another way with another group of people. So you're almost reading the environment, and then you show up in a way in which you think is acceptable, a way in which you think other people are going to accept you and like you. If you've ever agreed with things that were totally not true for you, yeah, here, anyone else? Chameleon. Yes, Lauren. As anyone else, if I had $1 for every time I did the oh my God, yeah, me too, I would be a millionaire, it feels so icky inside too. Chameleon is sometimes an indication of a master. Okay. So if you've ever looked for approval, right? You're constantly you say something or do something, and then you wait for feedback from the group. Wait, who's going to approve of this? Is anyone not approve of this? Is this, you're looking for feedback. You're looking for approval. if you've ever just felt like you don't trust anyone, you're like, you walk into a group, you walk into a party, a room full of people, and you've got the armor on, and you're like, no one's getting through this armor, like anyone can do anything. No one can even punch their way through. Like, you've got everyone at an arm's length. And it's really like, no, you're not coming in. Like, this is not safe. And that really comes from a place of not trusting people, where you come from a place of thinking you're really bringing your past with you. So here's the thing, is that what really creates this, the root of all of this, is really that you have not been showing up in an authentic way. And that's not to like shame you or judge you or criticize you. That's to help shine the flashlight on this. That's to help to bring awareness of, the harder we try to get people to like us, the harder we try for approval, for feeling like we belong outside of ourselves, the lonelier we feel. Okay? Because the truth is that when we're doing that, we are not being authentic to ourselves. It's like we have it backwards. We're looking outside of ourselves for approval. We're looking outside of ourselves for belonging, for love, for acceptance, when the freedom comes from within. The freedom comes from us loving ourselves. The freedom comes from us loving ourselves enough to show up in an authentic way with others. It comes from loving ourselves enough and accepting everything about ourselves to share what our true feelings are. If someone says, oh my gosh, I really love this and I do this, and you're just like, you know what? That's great. That's just, I have this perspective on it, and you're being true to yourself. That is the key, because in every person I've talked to that has had this feeling, this like deep, deep, lonely feeling, that you just are like, you feel like you do not have any true friends. It comes from all of these things. It comes from trying to do all this all backwards, looking for love and acceptance outside of yourself, looking for someone else to approve of you, for someone else to show that you belong. When we come from that place internally, we attract the people that actually appreciate our true self. We attract the people that genuinely want to hear what we have to say, that genuinely want to hear. They don't want just a yes person. They don't want a yes woman. They don't want someone just saying, oh yeah, I agree with you. I'm the same as you. They actually appreciate different viewpoints. They appreciate and respect your unique point of view and what you bring to the relationship. But it's not until you actually show up in that way that you will find those people. So this has been, like I said, a lifelong journey. Pinelli's, yes. Loving kindness meditation. Absolutely, Paul. Loving kindness from within, that's really where the foundation is, instead of looking outside of ourselves. And, oh my gosh, I could just share story after story of, in my younger years, in my childhood years, of feeling rejected, feeling like I wasn't good enough. And I had dragged those stories throughout most of my life. I had carried I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not blah, blah, blah enough. And it led to this very, very intense feeling of loneliness, this intense, like I am on an island, I am by myself, looking out at all these other people that have these deep, connected, true friendships, and feeling like, well, what the hell am I doing wrong that I do not feel that way? And what I was doing was I just was not being true to myself. I just kept showing up in a way that was inauthentic, in a way that I felt like people wanted me to show up, and I wasn't being true to myself. And I had lots of pain. Has anyone ever felt excluded? Right? Like these people, like these quote unquote friendships that I thought were real that actually weren't, because I wasn't being real. And then to find out, that they had get-togethers and parties and all these things, and then just feeling like almost like a punch in the gut. Has anyone ever felt that way? Like it's almost like everyone else is included except you. And the way that I took back my power in that is really recognizing what my part was. So what my part was is owning and recognizing that when I show up as my true self, when I am true to myself, when I speak what's true for me to people, totally disconnected from what they say, what they think of me, whatever it is, I like the people that really don't matter. And when I say don't matter, the people that aren't my true friends fall away. It's like they automatically deselect themselves. And when I am showing up that way, I am like a magnet. You're a magnet for the people that do respect and honor you. So I've had huge shifts in the last few years in this area of friendships. And I just think it's really powerful because the deep part of this, you know, for me, and I know for many women that I've worked with, has always come from this place of some experience from their past where you put the meaning to that experience that you were not good enough, you were unlovable, you had to prove yourself. And it's in healing those parts of yourself that you actually feel free to show up as your true self. And that's really what my program, so I know I've been sharing about this a lot lately, the new group program that I'm launching, Awakening to Your Authentic Self. I've already started, there are already 2 amazing women in it, and there's room for 4 more. So the doors are closing tomorrow. And what I love about this is that it is really a permission to show up as your true self. This group is all committed to breaking out of people pleasing, to creating real lasting friendships and connections with people because they're committed to showing up as themselves. They're committed to doing the inner work, to healing what is being brought up, is being triggered in them right now in their life, whether they've just gone through a divorce, they're in a health crisis, whatever it is that's happening in their life. It's an opportunity for healing. And to do this healing work is going to free you to be able to show up as yourself. And when you show up as your true self, it's from that place, that loving, accepted place from within you, that you will create those relationships. So if you are at all intrigued, hi Karina. If you are at all intrigued about doing this group, the Awakening to Your Authentic Self, it starts off with an Akashic record reading, which is a one-on-one reading where you get really clear on who you are. The 2 readings I've done for the women in the group, they were blown away. Like, honestly, blown away. They're like, you nailed it. And these are women I had never met before. And helping them understand who they are and helping them understand the patterns of choice they're making that are creating what they do not want in their life and what new choices to start making has been incredibly powerful for them. So if you are interested in starting off with an Akashic record reading, and then we're going to have group calls, we have a private Facebook group. The unique part about this program is that I am going to cater it to what I see the group needs. So whether it's inner child healing, meditations, releasing past, whatever that is going to happen in the next 3 months. And it's at a very, very reasonable price because this is the first time I'm doing a group. So this is by far the most powerful and financially reasonable way that we can do work together. So if you've been feeling that call, then definitely you can either comment that you're interested or you can private message me because again, I'm closing the doors tomorrow. So even if we don't have 6 people, the doors are closing tomorrow. And I know in my heart that there are more women out there that are suffering in silence. They look like they have it all together on the outside, but on the inside, they're on the verge of a breakdown. On the inside, emotionally, they're about to fall apart and they don't know where the hell to go because they're so used to being the strong one. They're so used to being the one that has it all together that they don't know what to do. So I'm speaking to you. If this is you, if you have it all together on the outside and internally you are about to just lose it, you feel like you cannot continue living your life this way, you cannot continue people pleasing and betraying yourself and showing up in a fake way, if all of that feels like I can't fucking do that anymore, then this is for you, okay? Because I know what that feels like, and that place is so lonely, and it's so depressing, and it's so filled with anxiety, and it's a place where you feel lost and you don't know where the hell to turn. This is where you can turn, okay? I know what that feels like, and I know what it feels like to change that story, to release your past, to be able to show up in a way which you are standing tall and your shoulders are back and you are actually proud of who you are, of all of the flaws, all the amazing parts. Like, you are fucking proud of who you are, and you're standing there and you're ready to shine your light, because I guarantee you there are people that really are going to transform by you stepping into your authentic self. What will your children think if you're living your life pleasing everyone else, putting everyone else first? What are you teaching them? If you step into who you really are and you come from a place where you're like, these are my desires, I'm going after them, I'm going after what I really want, and I'm showing up as myself, the difference that you're gonna make for your kids are gonna be mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. So I know I'm getting really excited here, but I know I've talked to so many women, and so many women are stuck in resistance. They're in the hamster wheel of living their life for someone else. And I'll tell you, that gets you health problems, that gets you depression, anxiety, like lack, scarcity, fear, worry, doubt, all of those things. And if you've been living that way, you already know the outcome. You already know what's going to happen because you've been living that way. So if you are ready for something different, if you are ready for something new, this may be the perfect opportunity for you. And if you're feeling called to it, message me, comment that you're interested. I'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation. All right. This isn't like, I'm not going to force you, right? This isn't a hard sell. Like, this is about calling in the women that are ready to fucking let go of the past and show up as their true self. And if that's you, then I'd love to have a conversation with you. So if any of this has resonated, I would love for you, and I know some of you have come on late, or if you're watching the replay, I would love to hear what has stuck out for you. What's been an aha for you? What are you committed to changing in your life so that you can create lasting friendships, so that you can feel vibrant and excited about your life, not just going through the motions, not just like checking out, not just, you know, waiting for everyone to go to bed so you can finally get some space, but really showing up for yourself, honoring yourself, and all of the ripple effect that will happen in your life for all the people that you care about when you show up and you model that from your truth. So if I'm speaking to you, I look forward to hearing from you. Let's have a conversation. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow with angel card readings at noon Eastern. I hope you all have an amazing day.